Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show. I will have some announcements and a recap for all of you, but before we get into any of that, Nick, would you go ahead and start off a quick round of player introductions?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nick. I play Embers of White Ash, the Sun Soul Tabaxi Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay. I play Lady Elwyn Amelos, who is the Elvish Circle of the Land Druid.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I play the Mighty Teppy, who's a pixie bard.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I'm playing Torin Brenwarum, the Dragonborn sidekick.
This is going to be a fun episode. Those announcements I talked about, we premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, including a custom pixie lineage, which Melissa is kindly playing for us with tuppence. So be aware of all of that as you're watching. The character portraits, which you'll see all over the layout, but particularly on the info cards, were drawn by an artist named Krista Porter, with 2 R's on the end on Twitter. That was weirdly worded. Her handle on Twitter is @KristaPorter with 2 R's on the end. Anyways, if you need a refresher on anything that's going on in this campaign, we have a wiki at World Anvil. There's a page on there called The Story So Far that is pretty well up to date, so you can catch up with most everything that's gone on in this show up to this point rather quickly. Besides that, you can follow us on Twitter at Antiheroes and we hope you enjoy the show, share with your friends, and come back and watch some more. Oh, and I skipped over an important bullet point. In the video description, we have links and information about some causes we care about, such as Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate. So please check those out. Anyways, I massively bungled this intro. Let's just go ahead and move on real quick. Zach, play the intro video, please and thank you. Welcome back. The Silver Seekers are stopping in the city of Fymir, which happens to be the capital of the state of Sergil, on their way to their new keep in Amberhearth. While staying at a lavish inn run by a cousin of Nora Froth Tankards by the name of Tashawn Froth Tankard, they met with Yurdod, an orcish cleric of Bahamut. From there, they went to the Argent Athenaeum, which is Stratos's foremost library, and they were approached by a strange woman named Esme, who recruited them to recover her confiscated spaceship, as well as her alien partner, who goes by the name of Yerp. However, Kashura and the League of Terrors, a persistent foe of the parties, as well as the Emperor's Scarlet Claw division, are also hunting Esme for their own purposes. The party has solid leads on the location of the ship and is now visiting one Dr. Skorstein in hopes of freeing Yerp, the plasmoid, from her lab. And so we are going to pick up with that today. To do a quick reminder of the scene, the group of you are in sort of the basement section of the Argent Athenaeum, which is dedicated to various research labs and facilities that visitors of the library are able to use. You got one of the grad students of Dr. Skorstein herself to let you into sort of the outer library area of her laboratory. But Dr. Skorstein herself doesn't seem to be in sight. And really, it's just rows and rows of books sort of array in the middle of the room with a desk or two placed to the side. So it's clear that your quarry lies further within. Vert, on the other hand, is off on a solo adventure with Esme in the city, currently dodging bounty hunters. And so it is up to the group of you, minus Vert plus Torin, to try and achieve this mission on your own. What would you like to do?
I think we ended last session with Elwin knocking loudly on the
That's right.
Yep. I knock on the door.
Your knock resonates through this room. But would you go ahead and make a quick perception check? Any of you who want to?
Sure, but I was going to say something, but I can do that first. Crap. Where is my character sheet? Oh, natural 20.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
So the 26.
Okay. As you knock on the door, your knock is loud in this room, but you can tell instantly it's probably not going to be heard too far beyond, because coming from beyond that door, somewhere beyond it, is the loud sound of music. And the music that you hear, it's distorted, so it's probably not as if like there's a whole band back there playing or something like that. But there is like the sound of almost like organ music echoing from the other side of the door. And you can tell it probably drowned out your knock on the other side.
Is it loud enough that I think even my voice wouldn't make it through, or?
Probably, unless you were like shouting. But the other thing that I'll say is you can hear from the other side of the voice or the other side of the door. And it's only because your check was so good that you're listening so carefully, but you can hear the occasional gleeful cackle of joy or excitement coming from the other side as well.
Out of character, do either of you have, I think it's prestidigitation, but it might be others, that cantrip that lets you raise your voice to be heard from 300 feet away? Neither of you have that
Not me.
prestidigitation?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I think there's like thaumaturgy and stuff too, right?
That might
does
be it.
that.
might
But
be it.
no, I don't have that. Had it on my other
And-
character.
I think
Dang.
Vert might have one of those. Vert represents an important skill set that you don't have in this situation.
Well, I mean, I was gonna try shouting through the door after I knocked on it anyway. So if I think the shouting would get through the music, I'll do that. But if the music seems too loud to even drown that out, then I'm not gonna bother. That's why I asked.
I mean, you can give it a try. If you want to, you could roll just like a straight charisma check and we'll see.
All right. Okay, so I'm knocking on the door and I'm saying, Dr. Skorstein, are you in there? We need to talk to you. And that's straight charisma,
Mhm.
16.
And that's pretty good. But
We've got urgent business from the legate. Let us in.
yeah, from the other side of the door, you just hear like the music is in a particularly loud swell, and you just hear, amazing, incredible, just shouts coming from the other side. So nothing. It doesn't seem like you were heard.
What kind of door is it? Is it like super like armored or reinforced, or is it just like a novice door?
It's a thick wooden door. It's locked, from what you can
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's not like it's a heavy armored door or anything like that.
Anyone
It's
have-
well
Um,
made, but it's not. Yeah, it's
Oh.
not like a jail door.
Want me to try to open it from the inside?
I was gonna say, is the gap on the bottom big enough for a pixie to slip through?
You could make a acrobatics check, and we'll see.
Because Ellen will just look at Tuppence and say, "You're up, Tuppy."
Okay, 12 plus 4, 16.
Tuppence, you squeeze directly under the door. And you guys just see Tuppence's little. So first her head disappears, and then her torso disappears, and then her legs. And finally, Tuppence has disappeared entirely from this side of the door. But Tuppence, when you find yourself on the other side of the door, you cannot breathe. I will open up the room so you can see what's going on, but you just find yourself totally unable to breathe.
Bad.
What?
Okay. Can I see?
Yeah, we're still on the
Yeah.
homepage, dude.
Oh, you are? Shoot.
You're gonna drag us over.
meant to move you over. There you go. Tuppence, you have moved.
Ooh.
Yeah, why can't I move? Select, there we go. You've moved through to the other side of the door, and you can see, like, you have a clear view of the entire room, but you just cannot breathe where you are.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So I'm trying to look here and see how many people are in the room. Where is she?
You don't actually see any sign of Dr. Skorstein. I'll describe what you see. You see
Okay.
a research desk right here that's kind of littered with papers. There's some crates here. It looks like over here there's a door that leads to some sort of room. There's another door here as well that leads further into the lab. Over here there's a desk that's kind of littered with various bottles of like what looks like a liquid or maybe some sort of gel. And there's papers and there's like a microscope on there. Over here there's like a centrifuge type thing. There's like a boiler here that you can see actually has a clear plate to it, but in sort of your panic, you can't quite see what's in there yet. And in this central tank, there's this like large tank bolted to the floor with tubes going in and out of it. You can see a humanoid form, albeit completely comprised of this slime or ooze that is of a purplish color with, various like strand-like nerve endings kind of throughout it. And then, yeah, over in the corner here, there's like a furnace and like a pot of bubbling liquid. And that's pretty much the entire room.
Okay.
But like I said, the problem is you're kind of in this panic because you come through and you cannot breathe at all.
Okay, I'm gonna look for the door handles and see if I can open the door.
Okay. As you do that, let's see. You take 10 points of acid damage, but then you can reach for the door and kind of fiddle with it. You're able to push it open.
Okay.
And the group of you see Tuppence is kind of suspended mid-air, but like not really flapping her wings at all. And she seems to be gasping for breath. But she manages to swing this door open. It opens outward towards you, so you kind of have to leap out of the way.
And as I open it, I'll shout, there's the air in here is acrid. You better step back.
You guys don't hear anything that comes from Tuppence. And as Tuppence, as you say that, this goo-like substance flows into your mouth. As you are inside of a gelatinous cube. Let's roll initiative.
There it is.
Oh
There
my
it
gosh.
is.
It's like, what? Oh boy.
I figured it out very shortly before you said that. I was like, oh no.
Yep. Let me just set up a quick encounter because I didn't do that in advance. But I think I should be able to pretty quickly thanks to D&D Beyond. Gelatinous cube.
Did we ever encounter one in the first campaign? I don't know if we ever did.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I've
I
fought one of
placed
these.
them, but I don't think you ever actually met one. I've
I
also
think this
placed...
might be my first time as a player fighting a gelatinous cube. I feel like this is a huge milestone for me.
I placed one in this campaign, but you guys skipped over it. I'm not going to tell you where it was.
We're real good at that.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Elwyn, what was your initiative?
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. Skip me.
Okay, Tuppence?
14.
14. Zach? Vertnor? Sorry, Torin?
Torin got a 12.
Embers?
Only a 10.
10.
Not bad. I've rolled so far this
And-
session. I rolled a 2 and a 5.
Ouch.
6.
Elwin,
Or 6 for
Six.
me. Mhm.
and we'll auto roll for the cube. Oh my gosh.
14 is not that high of a roll, guys. Seriously? Seriously?
Tuppence, you are the first one to go, and at the start of your turn, let's see. Oh, ouch! This is going to hurt. Engulfed creature can't breathe, is restrained, and takes 21 acid damage at the start of its turn.
Holy moly.
I think that puts me down.
Ugh.
And most assuredly puts me down. So I can't Misty Step before.
It's at the start of your turn, unfortunately. Nope.
All right, I'm down.
The gelatinous cube will take its turn next. The fastest gelatinous cube in the world, rolled above the rest of you. Let's see. Cube moves up to its speed. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. The cube kind of rolls into this room, and I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No.
Oh boy.
Oh, Nick, I see the face palm.
Oh no.
I have a +7 to these rolls.
Well, let's hear it then. How'd you do?
A 9.
Oh no.
I can do you one better.
Yeah.
6.
You guys are both engulfed.
I rolled 2 4s in a row.
You take 10 points of acid damage,
Oh no.
and that's the gelatinous cube's turn. Let's see, let me just make sure I've read all the abilities here.
So 10 points and then another 21 at the top of our turn. I don't think any of us can survive that.
I could. Just
Uh,
barely.
I have 21 hit points total.
I didn't know that gelatinous cubes were this tough. I mean, it's a CR2. Okay. That's its turn.
Gonna be up to Torin.
Torin is up.
I'll save you guys. And Torin, how many people can I bear hug and pull out of the gelatinous cube?
So it says it's an action, but Torin has multi-attack, so I will let you do one for each. You can do up to 2.
Okay. So
And it is a DC 12 strength check.
all right.
it
So
says.
Torin's gonna. I can't move Torin, but if you can move him 1 square up so I can reach.
Oh,
Tuppy,
let me give you control.
Then I will grab Tuppy first, and then I'll grab
Aw.
Elwin.
There you go. You've got control. Or you should.
So that's a strength or athletics, or is it the same?
It says a creature within 5 feet of the cube can use an action to pull a creature or object out of the cube. Doing so requires a DC 12 strength check.
Okay. And just a Torin character sheet question. Is he not proficient in any ability, any skills?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
No.
Just want some clarity, so that's fine. Okay. So on the first one, I got a 16.
Nice. Okay, so you pull Tuppence out.
On the next one, I got a 12.
And then the next one was for Elwin.
Yes.
You pull Elwin out as well.
Yes.
Torin also takes 10 points of acid damage, though, as he reaches in to pull
Yep.
these 2 out.
Yep. And I'm guessing that is pretty much all I can do. Can I guess I can just pull them out, right? I can't do anything else, right? That's my
Mhm.
action? Okay.
Yep.
So that's it.
Embers. Gosh,
I'm
okay.
taking
Top of your
21.
turn.
Yeah.
Yep. That is. Wait, hold on. It's at the start of each of the cube's turns.
Oh, okay.
So let me see. Does that change things for Tuppence? It would
Yep.
have.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, here's what we will do. Tuppence, you can get rid of that damage.
Okay.
What was your plan for getting out of the cube?
Misty Step.
What are Misty Steps components? Does it have verbal?
Um, Yeah, verbal.
I feel like that's hard when you can't breathe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
But here's what we'll do. Tuppence, your spellcasting ability is charisma. So why don't you make a charisma check and we'll see if you can just manage to force it out.
Charisma is +3, so that's a 15.
15. Okay, I'll say Tuppence just manages to get this spell out, and you can have teleported out of it on your turn, and so you can get rid of that damage. And then
Okay.
Torin could have also pulled out embers, which is great.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
suddenly this cube seems much less
Yeah.
horrible.
Ah,
Glad I caught that.
okay, so I'm back up to 17. Okay.
Okay, go on with your turn, embers.
Okay. I am going to step the wind to get a bonus action dodge here. Let's see. And yeah, and then on my turn, I'm going to, or not dodge, disengage.
Mhm.
So that I can move my full speed away, which I think is here. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, it's over here. Oh, but I want to be closer so I can, and then I'm going to toss one Radiant Sunbolt at it.
Very good.
Does a 17 hit?
It certainly hits this cube. Yes.
Nice.
This thing has an AC of 6, so
Oh, okay. I'm not sure that I can miss except on a natural 1 then.
Mhm.
So yeah, that takes 9 radiant damage.
Has no resistance to that. So yep, full 9 radiant damage. Okay, Elwyn. Torin reached in and pulled you out of the cube, and it is your turn.
Great. So from here, can I get the cube in a cone and not hit Torin, or would I have to move over one?
You could do it from here because you could go sort of diagonally.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna frost fingers it. So it's a con save.
Mm-hmm. Roll a 19 on the dice.
Yeah, that will
And con is
save.
its one good stat, so it
Of
does save.
course, everything that I try to do, you're always going to save on my throws. Always.
Yeah.
Doesn't
yeah.
matter how high my DC is.
What
That's
Still
was
fine
does
it?
because
half
you'll
damage,
take
though.
you'll still take half. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and I rolled 2 7s on 2d8. So that's 14 cold damage. Have 2 7.
And it doesn't have any weakness to cold or anything like that, though that would have been cool. You see the frost form kind of on the corner of this cube. It was like previously invisible, but your frost highlights its shape.
And
Anything else on
then,
your turn?
let's see. Tuppy, you said you're at 17 hit points
Mhm.
now. I'm not doing great, and that was my action. So I can survive being swallowed one more time as long as someone gets me out before the cube's turn. Which may not happen. But I'm gonna, I think, try to. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna risk the OA.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see, what kind of OAs does it have? It really just has the one. It's a +4 to hit.
Torin's going to use his reaction to block for Elwyn.
So that's disadvantage on it. That's a 6 total to hit.
That misses.
Yeah, so Torin gets his shield up in place just in time for Elwyn to kind of duck behind it and run away.
Thanks, Torin! I just book it.
Tuppence, you're up.
How tall is this thing?
It is 10 feet tall, blocking the entire doorway into the lab.
Okay, so I went, when I Misty stepped, I went into the lab.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Wonder what will work on it.
And I realize on your turn you should have had an action too after Misty stepping out. So if you want to take a second action this turn, that'd be okay. Since it was my bad for misreading that thing.
Okay. Let's see. Let's first I'm going to look at it and I say you can pour water from a boot, even if the instructions were written on the heel.
Is it vicious mockery?
Mhm.
All right, it's really bad at wisdom.
Wisdom.
That's a 5 failure.
Yep. Okay. 1d4 psychic damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll. Wait. Sorry. Oh no, it's 5th level. Okay, 1d4. Woo! It got 2 damage.
Okay. -2, and it disadvantage on the next attack roll. So I'll mark it to remember that. And then, yeah, if you wanted to take a second action,
Okay.
because you missed out on one turn, that'd be fine.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Will. So then I'm going to cast. Well, I want to save these. So let's just do something physical. What do I got? What do I got? I'm just going to throw a dart.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. That is a 9 plus 4. So does 13 hit?
Yes, it has, like I said, it has an armor class of 6. So
Oh, sorry. I missed that. Sorry. Okay.
the dart kind of like slurps into this creature and just kind of gets stuck in the middle, but it looks like it does damage.
Take that. 4. 4 piercing.
The cube's turn comes around. It has disadvantage on its next attack, but it doesn't have to attack to slide out and engulf Torin. Can Torin make a dexterity saving throw?
I rolled a 19 on the dice. That's pretty good.
Okay. You can be pushed back either 5 feet to the side or backward from the cube. Your choice. But
Backwards.
you
I'll go right here.
manage to. He probably gets his shield up
Shield
in
and
front of the
gets-
cube
yeah.
and manages to block it from engulfing him.
All right.
I think that's its action, and it's just a cube, so that's all it's got. Torin.
Is the dart like getting dissolved? Is it obvious that like armor and weapons are gonna be like not good against it?
I mean, the dart looks like it's getting dissolved, but slowly, and that's probably just because it's on the inside of it. You think you could probably attack it.
Okay. Yeah, because I would say Torin probably doesn't know better, but if he sees like the dart like literally dissolving in front of him, he'd be like, this is a bad idea. But instead, he's going to make 2 longsword attacks. So that's
It's
going to hit.
bold of you to assume Torin would think that.
Oh, Ethan, I got rolled a 19 or an 18, not quite a 19.
So
Yeah,
close.
so I got 2 hits, and they are 1d8s. Okay, so find my d8s. Oh, nice. So one of them is 11, and then the other one is 8.
2 big hits.
Yeah.
19 damage total. Okay. Yeah, you can see Torin's longsword slashes like carve off chunks of this cube that just go flopping to the ground and stop moving.
Wow.
Embers, it's your turn.
All right. Back up a little bit more. And toss out, well, I guess I'll go over here to get a better shot. And toss out 2, no, 3, I can do 3 now. Radiant Blasts. These are all hits.
Well, let's see how they did then.
Yeah. For 25 radiant damage.
Okay, so you blast away huge chunks of this cube, and there's not much of it left at this point. The radiant light kind of just evaporates parts of it, and then there's just like steam that falls off of it. Elwyn.
I don't even know. Frostbite, I guess. It's another con save.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I actually rolled really low. That's only a 8.
I thought you were gonna say only an 18, and I was like,
Yeah, I rolled really low.
Okay, wow. This one never hits. So like, what does it actually do? 3 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on its next weapon attack. So like,
That already stacks with
well, I mean,
Vicious
it's not
Mockery.
It doesn't have weapons, right?
Well, it would count for its pseudopod attack.
Yeah, if anyone
Oh, I
tried to
see.
run away, that would be a good thing for it to have.
Great, but this only lasts until the end of its next turn. So.
Okay, it looks like
yeah,
it's
and
hanging
I'm
on, but a little bit more of it frosts over.
Just gonna kind of back a little bit farther into the corner over here, ish.
That's
Yep.
probably wise.
Yep.
Tuppence.
You muted.
It's okay. I was talking to myself anyway. I'll say, you're not pretty enough to be this stupid.
That's a 6 total.
Ooh. 3 more damage.
The cube looks like it turns to you. It twists a little bit in your direction, and it droops. Oh. Anything else for Tuppence's turn?
I think I'm gonna go just move a little bit. That's all.
Okay.
By the
Then
desk.
it is the cube's turn. It's got a meal in front of it. Torin's a snack. It's gonna try and engulf Torin. Can I have a dexterity saving throw?
13.
Another success. So yeah, you can keep getting pushed back.
All right, Torn's gonna finish it off.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
go
it's
for it.
Torin's turn.
Two hits, one almost didn't. Let's see. D8s. Do you need it separated?
Just yeah, for posterity's sake.
Okay. Then it's 11 on one and 6 on the other.
Oh, it takes both of them to kill it, but it does it.
Torin.
Torin slices off the last bit of cube, and it just kind of wilts to the ground. The ground is now covered in like a thick, clearish slime.
Torin stands
but
there
it-
triumphantly and says, "The doctor's a lot more square than I imagined."
Torin, I don't think that was the doctor.
Oh,
Can we hear the music blasting now?
Yes, the music seems to have gotten louder, but it's clearly blasting from beyond this door here
Okay.
at the far side of the lab. Oh, I should say there's also a door here. You can hear the music coming from there as well.
All right.
That was some kind of security measure.
Sorry about that.
Are you
It's okay.
are you all right?
The important thing is you got the door open. Ew, gross, gross, gross.
Can I get a closer look at the creature that's in this tank in the middle of the room?
Yeah. It is, I mean, it's an ooze that is in sort of a loose humanoid shape. Like it has hands to it, but it doesn't seem to have like the proper number of fingers. It's got 4 fingers, but then as it's looking at you and you're looking at it, you see that it pops out a 5th finger on its hand and it kind of looks at it and then it looks at you.
Is this our friend? Is this who we've been looking for? I kind of lift a hand and wave at it.
Yeah, it slowly waves back at you.
Can you hear us?
What was his name? Yerp? Yorp?
Yerp, I think.
Yerp?
It doesn't seem to respond to you talking to it.
Hmm.
Tuppence, can you message it?
Again, the one person that's actually
Oh,
seen what it
right.
looks like isn't here.
I could try. What language do you think it speaks? Because I can comprehend languages.
Well, I was
I
asking.
don't
hear
think
which-
it's an
Do you
issue
have-
of language, it's an issue of getting through the glass, right?
Yeah, do either of you have, again, I guess out of character, but do either of you have the message, can't you?
I
can't
do.
remember.
I do.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
Okay. All right. So I'll message the creature in the tank and I'll say, hello, is your name Yerp and are you being treated well?
It kind of like cocks its head to the side, but then it turns its attention to you and you get a message back and it says,
What?
Okay. Does anyone speak blurp?
Well, weren't you just talking about having
No.
comprehend languages? Because I feel like that would come in real handy right now. Does that work on spoken
Okay.
languages too?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, wait and check
I-
and see if it works on spoken languages first.
It says for the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great time to use it.
Okay, let's do it.
While she does that, I'm just gonna go up to the door and stand in front of it and listen for the doctor.
okay, roll a perception check.
Sure. Math 17.
You can hear the sounds of someone occasionally moving around from location to location behind these doors. It sounds like someone moves kind of upward to the north and then, back down to the south, like to a location that's pretty near the door you're standing next to. And there's a lot of talking to herself and kind of humming and singing along with this like orchestra music that you can, now that you're closer to it, you can tell is probably coming from one of those radio devices that you saw. Someone is very into their work on the other side of this door.
Okay, I'm just gonna listen for any sign that she's about to come through the door and just hang out there.
Okay. So Tuppence, you cast the spell and it takes effect. You can now comprehend languages. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'll try to message it again with the same message.
Remind me what it was.
It was, hi, I'm Tuppy. Are you Yerp and are you being treated well? Are you in pain?
As I said before, my name is Yerp. I am not being treated particularly well. I am in a small amount of pain.
Okay. I'll tell it that we were sent to look for you by Esme. She's fine, by the way.
That is fantastic news. I was
Okay.
concerned about her safety.
I'm wondering, can you survive outside that tank? Do you need this special environment to be okay?
I believe that I can survive just fine, but the doctor has taken my things, and I do not know how to get out.
Okay, well, there's some friends here with me, and we'll try to help you.
I would appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Okay, so I will relay the information and ask, how do you think we can open that thing?
It's got to be like a button or a switch or something somewhere.
As you take a look at the tank itself, it becomes pretty obvious that the thing is bolted down pretty hard, and it's got like a lid on the top that looks like it moves upward, but the lid is connected to a latch, and the latch seems wired to a keypad that seems to have it's got like a screen on it that blinks, and it looks like there's a full array of numbers on this keypad. And it looks like this thing takes 4 digits.
Well, I reckon we ought to start looking for some of those research papers and documentation and stuff in here.
I'll take a look. Stay by
Maybe
the door.
she's
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask Yerp if he saw her enter the code.
Let's see.
There we go. No, I have not been able to see from my vantage point. The keypad seems to be on the top. However, the creature in the tank over there may have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your points with one of one of its hands still has 4 fingers, and it points with that hand over to this. It's not really a tank; it's more of a. I can't remember what I called it earlier. Maybe I did call it a tank. Anyways, it's a little structure that has a creature within it. It's a yellowish, goldish, maybe almost slightly orangish colored ooze, but the ooze seems to have taken the form of a avian creature. Specifically, it looks a lot like a chicken. And it just kind of cocks its head at you.
Well, I'm gonna try looking through the notes, see if I can find a 4-digit combination while Tuppy talks to the chicken ooze.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll an investigation check, Embers.
Okay. Dirty 10.
10. You go to one of these desks and start kind of leafing through what's there to try and see if you can find any notes. The first note you pick up reads, "It is my prime thesis on that oozes, or slimes, as they are sometimes erroneously called in the common vernacular, are the true pinnacle of natural evolution on Alen'dal. Unlike the vast majority of other life forms who tend to adapt to and dwell within specific environmental circumstances, oozes are capable of surviving in nearly any environment. Indeed, I have seen specimens survive in extreme temperatures when subjected to acidic compounds and even without air in a vacuum. Furthermore, many varieties of ooze possess indefinite lifespans so long as they are able to acquire continued sustenance. Imagine the possibilities such adaptability and longevity could afford to intelligent beings such as ourselves."
helpful.
Uh-huh.
Can we give Ethan
Okay.
inspiration? Is that okay? I'm okay with it.
Oh boy.
I'm good. I don't need it.
We have been over this. Stop trying to give the DM inspiration. He will use it against us.
All right, Tuppy flies over to the other tank and says, hello there, I'm Tuppy. Yerp says you might have seen the doctor come in and tinker with the tank. Did you see the code? Chicken's not intelligent. Chicken can't talk.
You need to eat a cluck cluck mushroom.
Wait,
Yeah,
though,
I'm not
but
But
Tuppence
Vert's got it,
can
doesn't he?
speak to animals, though, can't she?
Actually, yeah.
Or she can
what is-
understand them?
What is the extent of that ability? How does that work?
Yes, small creatures. It says I can, through sounds and gestures, I can communicate simple ideas with small or smaller beasts.
So
Mhm.
more communicate to them than from them. I will say, Tuppence, just make a wisdom check, and the DC won't be terribly high. We'll see if you can pick up something from the chicken's musings.
All right, 14 plus wisdom. Wisdom is +1, so it's a 15.
From the way that it responds to you, you gather that it probably did understand you to some extent.
Okay,
And it seems to be indicating that it just might know the code to the thing. How you would get it from it, that's a little...
okay.
Only we had someone here with review memory.
if
yeah,
you
or a cluck mushroom.
if you understand, tap the tank twice.
It leans its beak forward and click, click, taps the tank twice.
Okay, click the number of the first number of the combination right now.
It looks at you and goes.
Can you? Okay, it doesn't. Well,
With rolling with your previous wisdom check, what you glean from that is that it doesn't know the number, it knows which key to press.
oh, okay. All right. Okay, Embers is busy. Torin,
Yes.
can you get this creature out of its tank and put it on the top of Yerp's tank? I think it'll help us.
I can certainly try, and Tarn will come over.
I'm not sure we should be opening and breaking tanks right now. I mean, the doctor's still there, and it's, you know,
We'll be
are we
quiet.
going to do this?
We'll be quiet. Why not? That's our main mission is to get Yerp, right? For
Well,
Esme.
I mean, we haven't gotten on the doctor's bad side yet. We're just...
He doesn't even know we're here. It's if we can get Yerp and go,
Yeah.
that would be best without her ever seeing us. Wouldn't that be best?
Yeah.
Maybe, but you know, someone does know who we are and that we're down here trying to meet with her right now. If we can talk her into letting us observe and learning, maybe observing if she opens the tank for us, and then we can watch her open it and come back later and steal him.
I don't care if she knows that we took him.
No one.
Well, I'm not afraid of the doctor.
All we have to do is close the door behind us and just claim that we.
You might not be afraid of the doctor, Sugar, but you'll definitely be afraid of the legate if she hears that we release this creature.
It's only going to be that one assistance word that we were ever here, and if we say that we knocked on the door and left, I mean, who's
everywhere on the floor?
I mean, we were attacked by a cube.
The cube got it. The cube got it.
But no one saw that either.
All right. Well, I can.
You're a good liar.
I'm not so sure about that, but I'm just hesitant about making a lot of noise when the doctor is just on the other side of that door. She might be blasting music now, but who knows when she's going to try to come back out here.
Let's not have this conversation. Just go. Let's just do it.
I'll tell the chicken to be quiet, okay? So I turn to the tank and I go, shh.
It holds up one of its oozy wings in front of its beak and just makes like a shushing expression, but it has no capacity to make a shushing noise.
I am going to turn to the doorknob and use shape water to freeze it to try and jam the door with ice while they're doing this.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you have to roll anything to do that. You manage it.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So what do you want me to do, Ethan?
What are you trying to do?
Open it?
Just break the tank, open it.
Does it look like it can be muscled
Um,
open?
Yeah, this one probably could be muscled open. So let's make it a strength check.
Yeah, let's do it. Not with that. Yeah, that's an 8.
You try to muscle open the tank, but what you end up doing is accidentally releasing a valve, and a loud steam whistle erupts from this tank. And Elwyn, you hear the music get quiet for a second, and on the other side of the door, someone says, "What was that? What's going on?"
Cut it off. Make it stop.
And you can hear footsteps heading towards this door.
I try and fix it.
Sure. Roll just a quick intelligence check.
Sure.
I cast guidance.
Thank you. Bad. It's a 9, even with guidance.
The steam continues to whistle, and Elwyn, you can hear someone getting close to the door on the other side. Probably you have like 10 seconds until she tries
Okay.
the door.
How incriminating do they look right now?
How
you just-
incriminating does what look?
Like the cage has it been removed? Can they just like
no,
put it
it's
back
just
on the
like
shelf, or
one
is
valve is like loose. It doesn't, the thing itself doesn't look terribly incriminating. It could have potentially come loose on its own. Probably the more incriminating
Sure.
factor is did one of you close this door over here?
I don't think we did.
No one said that we did that. No.
Yeah, so the
No,
most
we didn't.
incriminating thing in the room right now is that this door is wide open.
Well, I mean, how else would we have gotten in here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Teppy's gonna fly over to the door, tell everybody to move away, and try to cast sleep on the other side of the door.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
the
before you
other thing I'll
do
remind
that,
you of before you do that, which it's a great plan, I love it, and we can do it, is that in addition to this door, there is a door here, and there's also a door here.
So we don't know which one she's gonna come through.
She, from what Elwyn heard, because Elwyn had a great perception check, she is headed towards this door, which Elwyn has frosted over, probably,
Okay.
which will buy you some time.
so I can leave it like that, and we can just go out the door there and wait in the front room and knock or something, or y'all can look innocent, and I can unfreeze the doorknob and I can sweet talk her when she comes through.
You're making me extremely nervous.
I like putting her to sleep and living with Europe.
The sleep is gonna last for like 60 seconds. We can't get Europe out in 60 seconds.
Sure, we can. Torrance
Let's
very
see what the
strong.
chicken can do. I have faith in the chicken.
Go for
The door starts to rattle, and Elwyn, you can see your ice begin to crack a little bit.
Oh my
Tell me
God.
God damn it! What is going on with this door?
Tuppy,
I
Tuppy,
Go
can-
from the other side.
I use my staff to put a block of ice in front of the door,
Nice.
and I say, all right, then break him out.
Okay. So Tuppence, you're rolling for sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if what level is my highest.
Okay.
Okay, second level. So that is 5d8 plus. So 68.
Okay.
No, 7. Sorry, 78. I don't know if I
I
have
will
that
say,
many.
as you cast this has a chance of working. She doesn't have that many hit points.
Okay, 2, 4, 6. I need one more after this. Okay. 8, 10, 20, 22 plus 4, 26.
You hear a thud on the other side of the door as someone falls to the ground.
Hey, quick, go, go.
And Embers is gonna help Torrent.
Okay. To get the chicken out.
No, to get Europe out. I thought we were.
to
I
get
thought we were
Europe out,
working.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought we could only get the chicken out.
Get the
I
chicken
mean,
out.
you
Put
could
it on
try
the
and
tank.
brute force Yerp out, but it would
Oh,
be
we were
a pretty
brute
high
force the
DC.
chicken out.
Chicken out
Yeah.
to put the
Okay.
code in.
Right. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
do
okay,
that.
okay. All right, all right, all right.
I'll help you.
Torrin gives Tuppence a look, thinking that she's actually the strong one. I don't know why she's doing it, but he'll do it anyways. Oh, that's much better. That is 22.
22. Yeah, you managed to pry the the casing off of this tank enough that this chicken-shaped ooze can hop down onto the ground.
It was either an 18 or a 2, by the way, so that was pretty good.
Hey, quick, put it on the tank.
Okay, so I guess Torn will just reach and grab this chicken ooze and bring it over to the keypad. Is that what we're doing? Okay, so he shuttles the chicken ooze to the keypad.
Okay.
Is
The
that,
chicken.
where is that in the room? That's like up here?
It's sort of in this central area here.
Oh, okay.
By this tank, which contains. I guess I should make Yerp visible as well. Why haven't I done that yet? Oop.
Okay, yeah, so with... Yep.
So you bring the chicken over. The chicken pecks with its with its beak. It pecks 0, 0, 2, and then on the 4th digit, it kind of looks up at the rest of
You and goes, just like, and it tilts its head to the side.
side, confused.
Oh no.
Embers dashes over the papers and just like frantically starts looking for anything begins with 002.
Wait, it doesn't know the last digits?
It doesn't seem to
Just
know the
put
4th
in-
digit.
Just put in everything. Okay, we know the 3. Just put in everything. Tubby starts typing in 0021, 0022, 0023.
Okay.
Cetera.
First, Embers, let's have an investigation check.
Okay. God, I cannot roll tonight. What? It's a 6.
Okay.
I've
Uh,
rolled so bad tonight
Let's
on
see
every
what
single spell
Not
check.
just tonight.
No,
see what
I
note
know.
you pull up.
It's Embers' curse.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, here we go. This is the one that you pick up.
I don't
pick up
think
a note.
I mean, I don't want to tell you, I don't want to listen to notes, but Embers isn't like reading notes. She's just like 02, 002, 002, 002, you know.
You're scanning for it. You don't see it, but this
Yeah.
happens to catch your gaze, and
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
read it
yeah, yeah.
anyways
Yeah,
because
go for
I
it.
prepared it and I want to. Many of my esteemed colleagues naively consider oozes to be no more than mere mindless amalgamations of muck and grime. However, my research has proven that certain oozes can be remarkably intelligent. This is evidenced first and foremost by my dear Scalesworth, whom I have trained to respond to a variety of verbal and nonverbal commands. I have even managed to condition a gelatinous cube to respond to electric shocks by molding itself into specific shapes. My greatest and most recent triumph, however, occurred when I successfully imprinted the semblance of animalistic consciousness on a specimen, causing it to behave like the fowl it consumed. This process should be tested with more intelligent creatures. But you don't see any
Helpful.
sign of
Ooh.
002 anything. However,
Okay.
Tuppence, after you do 0021, let's see. There's a harsh beeping sound, and you do 0022, and there's another harsh beeping sound, and you can see that there's a counter on the thing, like moving down the line towards what you presume is a lockup. But you've got a few more chances, and you do 023, and a green light flashes, and it beeps, and the lid of the central tank pops open, and it occurs to you that that's OOZE.
Cute. Yes, let's go.
Yeah, the figure inside climbs like hands first. Its arms stretch upward longer than they should be able to and kind of pull itself to the top of the tank, and it like slurps out of the thing and kind of lands in front of you in an amorphous shape and then reforms up into a kind of a humanoid shape. And it
Anyone
is
have any
this-
bright ideas how to smuggle this thing out of here?
I don't know. I thought we should just leave. I didn't think that far. I'm sorry.
I can cast invisibility on it.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
None of us know that it needs its stuff, right?
Just Tuppence.
Okay.
Well, I thought Tuppence said she conveyed that to us.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Oh, then yeah.
I have no
So-
idea where its things are, and we don't have a lot of time to find it.
We can always come back.
Yeah, that's what I'll tell Europe. I'll explain that I put the lady to sleep, the bad lady to sleep. I'm gonna make him invisible, and we're gonna leave and come back later.
I understand. None of my things are so precious that they cannot be replaced. However, some of them are perhaps technology that should not fall into this woman's hands. Oh well.
Sparkles.
You know
and
what?
It's invisible.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, all right, let's go.
Okay. As you are heading towards the door, you notice something. Hold on, I'll just move you so that you're kind of in position, making your way out of there.
Making away.
The chicken does seem to be following you as well. As you're making your way out, you see something horrific in the library stacks, making its way towards you. It appears to be this red oozish shape that seems to take up sort of like 10 feet of the library floor. It repeatedly tries to pull itself up into a cohesive form, but then kind of melts back onto itself. And when you see it trying to form this cohesive form, it seems to be attempting to form the shape of a small dragon. And I will make it visible to you. It's pretty near the door.
Oh boy.
Has it noticed us yet?
As you try and make your way out of the door, everyone roll a stealth check.
Because I can cast Pass Without Trace on us if we're gonna try and sneak by this thing.
That's a good call.
Yep, I'm casting.
It's,
Pass
how
Without-
long does that take to cast?
It's an action, I
Okay,
believe.
great.
Yeah, I would say you could sneak that in.
Haha,
'Cause I was gonna cast it anyway so that we could sneak out of here.
probably a great idea.
Yeah,
And then you probably ought to freeze that door.
I froze one of them.
Yeah, there's already a block of
One-
ice in front of
the
the front one, in front of this
Okay,
one.
Yes.
up
so
here.
everyone can add 10 to their stealth check.
This is the fourth time this session I've rolled a 3 on die.
Oh no.
Fortunately, my stealth is pretty good, so that works. That works out to be a 20.
Ethan, does Torrin have disadvantage? He has chain mail on. Does that?
I think so. Let's take a look. It is heavy armor.
Yeah,
Disadvantage, yep.
Hopefully this
Okay.
is a group check.
It is. So how did Torin do?
I rolled a 1, so that would
Okay.
be plus 11, so it's 12.
12. And Embers?
dirty 20.
Elwin?
Did you add 10 to that?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, I got 30.
30. Dang. And Tuppence?
19.
19.
Like I
Europe
said,
did
3 on die.
okay. Europe did okay. Your chicken did not do terribly great. Let's see what this thing's passive perception is. I don't think it's great. Okay, since it's a group check, the group of you managed to succeed. However, you're going to have trouble sneaking past it. You probably need to get it to move because it is kind of hanging around near the door. You don't think it's seen you, but you probably need to get it to move.
I'm going to try to.
I can cast Minor Illusion.
Oh, that's a
Or-
that's a good call.
Also have Druid Craft.
Yeah, either one of those is probably better than the key
We
blast
could
I was
use
gonna
them
do.
in combination to create something. Where is the door?
The door
Is
you
it-
came into to the lab
It's
is here.
there. Okay.
Yep.
So if we're kind of sneaking out this way, I can make an illusion like over here
Mhm.
of embers running. She's running this way, basically.
Okay. You do that, and the thing moves this way a little bit, and it opens its mouth, and it basically launches more like ooze substance of it. Like basically, it launches part of itself forward in an imitation of a dragon's breath cone, which like encapsulates the illusion, and then it reels that breath ooze back to itself and assimilates it back into itself.
Ugh. Let's
And it seems confused that the ember's
Run.
illusion is still there.
Is there another door over there?
This is the
Like
only
over
door
here?
into this area, unfortunately.
Oh, so this is just a wall over here.
It
Yeah.
leads into the black space, yeah.
So there is a
this is
door
a door, but it
that
leads
leads into the
you don't
black
know
space.
where it leads. Yeah.
That's fine, because I think I'd like to have cast another illusion and make some noise coming from that side of just our voices.
Okay. This door actually, well, no, it wouldn't have to be because the thing could go under the door.
Or I could cast it just in front of the door, but make it sound like muffled voices coming from behind the door.
Just make a quick check with your spellcasting modifier. It's not going to be a high DC.
13.
Okay. Yeah, this thing begins to move off in that direction slightly.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, yes.
And the group of you are able, with invisible Yerp and Chicken in tow, to duck out of this area.
You duck with the
Mhm.
chicken?
I do want to make sure that we close this door behind us, though.
Yes, absolutely. Closing all the doors behind us.
Yeah, yeah.
There's not much you can do about the layer of slime on the ground, but
Right.
that's someone else's problem.
Yep.
Where do the
Obviously,
group of you
someone
head
broke
to?
in.
I
think we ought to get out of here as fast as possible and go clean up. So let's keep a low profile as
Yeah.
much as we
Okay.
can.
Does somebody have room to stow the chicken?
Yeah, Europe, can you understand me?
Yerp is invisible right now.
Yeah. I guess I'm just like looking around. Can Europe understand us? Europe?
Tuppy still have comprehend languages up? How long does it last?
It lasts an hour.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, wait, but is it concentration? Because you did cast invincibility. Blah, 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 blah.
Invisibility, weirdly enough, is not concentration as far as I know.
It doesn't say
I
it.
thought it was.
Greater invisibility is.
Mm?
Pretty sure they both are.
Aren't they both? Nope, you're right, it is.
It'd be really cool if it wasn't.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but comprehend languages, is it?
Comprehend languages doesn't say anything about being concentration.
Oh, hey. Sure enough.
Yeah, so you're good. You understood that. Yerp
Great.
doesn't seem to understand when everyone else talks.
Nope, Embers, he says he can't understand you.
I
can
had
you-
a automatic translator device, but it was with my belongings.
Oh, well, I didn't understand that anyway.
He says it says that it has a translator device, but it doesn't have any of its belongings. We're gonna have to come back later to find this stuff.
Okay. If anyone asks what this thing is, it's a cosplay.
What the
Mhm.
chicken is?
No, what Yerp is.
Yerp is invisible.
Right. Oh yeah.
But yes, cosplay. If anyone asks about this, and I like gesture to my dress, it's absolutely covered in slime.
Hmm.
This is a cosplay. Let's go.
Yeah.
Where do the group of you want to go to? You head back upstairs, and instantly you're kind of in the crowds of RomCon. There is a a romance song contest that is kicking off, and so you can kind of hear various people's karaoke renditions of popular love songs echoing through the halls.
Was the chicken? Did the chicken hurt to touch? Was it like acidic, like the cube was, or was it?
Not just to touch. Torin seemed to be able to pick it up fine.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna pick up the chicken and kind of carry it under my cloak.
Okay.
As we
it
go.
clucks softly as you go,
That's
but
fine.
it doesn't
I
seem
just
to mind.
feel like it would be less obvious, you know, being carried under a cloak than it would be trailing behind us. You know?
Mhm.
It would be great if we could tell Europe where Esme is, but I don't think any of us know where Esme is exactly.
Well, as
Well-
long as they know that she's safe and that we're friendly, I think it'll be fine.
Okay, so Teppy will tell Europe, will explain to Europe that Esme is with another one of our friends right now.
For now, I think we should take him back to the hotel.
Oh, wait. Elwin, don't you have the stone? We can get word. to
Yeah,
Esme,
I
right?
was going to. Yeah, I
now.
was going to send a message. Once we're out of the library area
Okay.
and away from people who could overhear us and possibly know what we're talking about.
Okay.
So let's head back to the hotel, and at least that might be safe for now since it was just cleared. And we can let our friends know what's going on.
Okay. You think this thing lays eggs?
That's a good question.
We might find out, Tubby. We might find out.
You guys make your way back to the hotel, whether that's by train or by foot. When you get there, you can roll a perception check really quick if you'd like.
Why am I bothering? It's just gonna be a 3 again.
Oh, how sunny is it?
Today is rather cloudy, actually. No disadvantage.
Great.
15.
I did get an 18.
Nice. Okay.
I rolled a 2 on die. So I don't see nothing.
Okay. Well, Tuppence and Embers, you do spot kind of lurking in an alleyway or two near the entrance to the hotel. You spot a couple of those dragonborn with the wings on their backs. Just kind of not, they don't look like they're doing a very good job of it, but they're trying to be inconspicuous watching the hotel. But you don't see any sign of like their leader in the full plate or anything like that. It's just one or two of them that just seem to be keeping an eye on it.
Well, it's
They are-
perfectly normal for us to go to our perfectly normal
Yeah.
hotel room, so just act normal.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You make it up to your room just fine.
Once we're safely in our room, I will pull out the stone and I will say into the stone, we found the friend we've been looking for and might have caused a little bit of chaos. I'm not proud of it, but we're back at the hotel and we have a lot to talk about when you're ready to come meet us.
Cut to Vert and Esme, who are sitting on a bench near a fountain, just kind of sitting there in silence. Esme pulls out her notebook and takes a pen from behind her ear and says, "So, you and Elwin. I find myself increasingly interested in relationships. Tell me about that."
All right, now Esme, we can talk about
And
it
that's
later.
when you feel the ping of the stone, the message from Elwin.
Okay. Did that whole message come through? That was a lot of words, but whatever. I think I get the gist of it. So, yeah, we'll just make our way over to the hotel. Blitz is really excited about this. Thank you, Blitz. Yeah. So we're gonna make our way to the hotel. Making our way.
Goodbye. Yeah, same thing. If you want to, you can make a perception check as you enter. Just see if Vert spots the danger.
It's 19.
Yeah, you also see two of these winged dragonborns kind of loitering in alleys in front of the hotel. trying to look inconspicuous.
Do they have any like tools with them that might let them see invisibility or something?
Roll an Arcana check.
They didn't seem to have anything like that. They were relying on like sticks to sweep for invisible creatures
Mm-hmm.
in their hotel room this morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, if you're not going to roll, then yep, you don't notice anything. Though I will say you see they still have those like extendable pulls on them.
I mean, I guess if we don't see anything or notice anything, we'll just kind of pass by and go to the hotel room.
Yep, and Esme is still invisible, so she just kind of stays quiet next to you. And the group of you are reunited in your hotel room.
Phew.
When you come in, Torin is holding a chicken, but this chicken is made entirely of a orangish, yellowish ooze. And he looks up at you and he gives you a big thumbs up and says, "Vert, we got the guy and this chicken."
Vert just face palms really hard. He's like, "What happened?"
And in the corner of the room, by now you can see the purplish, kind of bubbly, oozy form of a humanoid shape that now has a proper 10 fingers altogether. It has kind of these like nerve endings that you can see throughout it, these like little wiry things within its ooze form. And it turns its head towards you, maybe. It doesn't have eyeballs or anything like that, and kind of raises a hand in greeting. And Esme becomes visible and runs and throws herself onto this ooze, which is probably like twice her height. And she just squishes straight into the thing, basically, as they kind of tumble and it like loses its humanoid shape and becomes an amorphous blob, and she like bounces off of that a little bit, and she's like, "Yerp, I missed you." She says that in Draconic. And Yerp
So weirdly cute.
Yerp seems to reciprocate that, and eventually the two of them stand back up, and yeah, what would you like to do?
I will fill Coco in on the misfortune of our fortunate endeavor.
Boy, Ember's Ellen's going to be such a drag now, isn't she?
Fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Thanks.
We stole your pine and we'll steal the ship just fine. Nothing bad will happen.
I guess from there, Vert will respond to everybody with what they found today as well about the armored truck that's going to be moving out.
Mm-hmm.
Probably likely has the spaceship or something. So, yeah.
So if we're going to recover this aircraft, it's probably best to do it before they send it to the airfield. Is there even a point of going to see it ahead of time? Or should we just plan on intercepting one of these vehicles? What do y'all think is best?
I felt like the easiest thing to do would be to wait along the train route. Because it's not like they can ever change that. A train is a train. You can't reroute it.
How big of a vehicle are we talking about? This ship? Is it even something we can lift and take away?
It would be difficult to lift it up, unless you had, for example, the strength of a dragon. Even I might struggle though. But if it's functional, then it should be possible to fly it away.
That's what I thought you could do.
And she kind of reaches into her pocket, and then as she does so, her face goes extremely like pale as she says, "Oh no. Actually, I can't fly it away."
Why not?
I'm missing something very important. I thought I had it, but it's not here. And she like turning out her pockets. Hold on, let me find.
I look at Coco and raise my eyebrows.
Where's my note on this and what it's called? So, there we go. She says, I'm missing my Starfarer breath core. If I had my breath core, I could fly it out of there, but it's gone. I don't know where it is. I thought it was here in my pocket.
But was the ship damaged? Does it need repair before you can fly it?
Well, I didn't get a good enough look at it before I had to run away. So I can't say for sure. It's a pretty sturdy construction though, so
What is
Sturdier
this?
than the
Okay.
tower, I guess.
What is this breath core thing you look like? What is it?
it's a small, tiny octahedron shape, and it would be warm to the touch.
I'm gonna exchange another glance with Coco, but then I'll say, well, I reckon it might be worth looking for that too then.
She nods and says, but, and she looks really deflated at this. I wouldn't even know where to start with this. I mean, perhaps this doctor you're talking about, maybe she has it in her things, or maybe it's with the ship itself. Maybe they recovered it and it will be shipped together with it. But
Maybe.
without it, I have no confidence that I'd be able to activate the thing, even if we got it.
Oh, we have ways of finding things, and we're already looking for pieces of wreckage, so I wouldn't worry about it too much right now.
She seems very
oh.
distressed, and she says, no, I don't think you understand. Without this, I'm stuck on this planet. Yerp and I are stuck on this planet. There's no way to leave.
Esme, why don't you and I go back to the con and we can kind of hunt around where
I
the
don't
crash
think
was.
That's
for-
a good
for
idea
the-
right now, Embers.
Well, why?
I think we should stay away from the Athenaeum for a little while.
But we gotta go look. This thing is important.
I understand that, and I think I have a pretty good idea of where it is.
Oh, where?
Just trust me, all right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll an insight check here for Esme. Just really
Sure.
quick. Let me pull up her stats. I have had to pull up so many things today. Oh, Zach, I'm sure you've moved away from the map by now, but just in case you hadn't, feel free to
I
do
did.
that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, shoot. I was searching the author.
Does this
field
qualify as a
beyond.
deception check? guess
Yeah,
it
go ahead
does.
and make one real quick.
I guess it does. Okay. Let's see here. I don't trust any of my die ever. Not that it matters. Oof. Yeah, it probably doesn't matter what you roll because that was like a 5.
Oof. Yeah, she kind of narrows her eyes at Elwyn, and she turns to Embers and kind of reaches for Embers' hand. I think it might be a good idea if we went and checked out the crash site just to be safe. I mean, it's possible it's still there, right? We have to take any chance that it might still be there.
Do you want to stay here in case Kashur is there? I don't want to risk you.
Listen, y'all,
kidnapping
it's
him.
not there.
Well, where is it?
Ellen reaches into her bag and pulls it out of her bag.
Yeah, Esme rushes forward and like makes to grab it.
She'll give it to her.
Yeah, she like holds it in her hand and kind of clutches her fingers around it and then holds that to her chest. And she just goes, oh, thank Bahamut and Sardior, it's there. Okay, yes, with this, thank you so much for picking this up. I wish I'd known from the beginning that you had it, but
Well,
with
we
this,
weren't sure what it
should
was
work.
until now. So thank you for telling us what it did.
It's it's like a starter. It doesn't it doesn't contain the power for the ship, but it activates it.
No,
It wouldn't start
I
without this.
don't know how that works.
And they're tied to the pilot of the ship. It's tied specifically to my breath, so it wouldn't work at all if I didn't have this. And I don't know how to make a new one. It's a highly specialized art. I have no idea how to work with Carnum, or even where I'd get Carnum on this planet.
Ember's
Right.
like, I couldn't help you with that.
Anyways, it's just a relief that you had it. And she kind of gives Elwyn a like a very grateful look.
Well, I'm not the one who found it, but we've been holding on to it for you. Anyway, it sounds like our options then are to locate this ship in the train and hope that it still works, or intercept the armored vehicle, maybe try to drive it ourselves out of town.
We could
Any-
try and go to see this thing in the warehouse, get a peek at it and make sure it still works. I could try and
Ah.
sneak in invisibly.
I think that would probably be a better idea, just to make sure we know what we're dealing with before we risk everything on a heist.
I like that. I like that one. Let's go with that one.
Since we know where they're keeping it now anyway.
Okay.
Esme, if you need help, I can turn invisible too and come with you.
Yeah, she nods and says, I think that would be greatly appreciated. I'll confess I'm a little bit shaken by how many people seem to be after me in this situation. It's a little bit daunting.
Well, not to pile more onto this situation, but we also did run into, I believe, Albrecht Coldlake and the Warforged bounty hunter that Byron spoke of today,
What?
and they were tailing us.
Did you have any? Wait, did they tell you here?
I don't think so. I think we lost them.
Okay.
Did they recognize you like this?
I didn't ask them, and it's kind of hard to tell, but I mean, they tailed us or me for a reason, so I'm not sure.
Then we got to get done with our tasks here quickly and get out of town.
Midnight. That's when they're moving it. That's when we'll act.
Torin, I think that you ought to go. I think that if you have an in with the wardens, maybe they could give us a tour, and then we wouldn't have to worry about sneaking in to see the spaceship. After all, we're still being tasked with investigating this whole situation.
Mhm.
I don't know if I have much of any kind of in with the wardens here in this city, especially since I've revoked my duty, but don't we have a letter we could give to the legate
We also
to
have that.
perhaps secure us the ability to visit this facility?
We also have that. I think that we can go and be straightforward about wanting to see the wreckage and learn about it. I think that it's too dangerous to bring Esme or Europe in there. I think y'all
Well,
ought to go back into hiding,
Yeah.
at least until tonight.
But if she's not with us, how will we know if it's too broken to fly? That's the point, right? That it's there and that it's whole.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She raises a good counterpoint. I do think maybe I should come with you, but if I'm invisible, things should be fine, right?
Hope.
Unless Kashur is waiting.
I can
Can you-
probably leave for the heist itself when you go to steal this train, unless you think you'll need my help. But I could probably explain how to operate the vehicle to Coco here. Coco seems quite intelligent. And certainly Yerp knows. Yerp could potentially go with you.
Well, I think the
But-
idea was to board the train, get to the spaceship, and then for you to have for you to fly the spaceship out of there right there.
Right then and there, huh?
Mhm.
You can see she
Can-
looks a little bit like half disappointed, half shocked to realize that, I guess.
Can I roll insight on these feelings?
I would
Yeah,
also like to do
yes.
that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 1.
I rolled a 3, so I have no idea.
But this is Elwyn's skill.
I rolled under a 10 on die, but let's see. Yeah, that's a 14.
That's what I
Okay.
got. 14.
Not too bad.
Both of you catch her glance at Embers, but also kind of towards the window out to the balcony. Yeah.
Esme, are you able to turn someone else invisible? You know, like Yerp?
She shakes her head. No, unfortunately, I can only do it to myself. Others of my kind are much better with illusions and that sort of magic than I am, but I've only ever been able to do it to myself.
Well, I can if we need to. If you're thinking of leaving, if we find it and you're leaving, you want to leave from the warehouse, I can help sneak him in there. Them?
Oh, Yerp's okay, whatever you call him. I go with him, but really anything's fine. And Yerp kind of bubbles in approval to that. So, what's the
So we can-
plan?
So we can go anytime, can't we, to the warehouse?
Esme, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Is leaving this place really what you want?
Roll a persuasion check.
Sure. Let's see. Persuasion 14.
She sighs and then says, well, no, not really. I haven't really accomplished what I came here to do. I was supposed to get information about this Starless Night thing that happened here. And I feel like I've barely scratched the surface on that. And,
And maybe you should just take Europe and go. You have the key to your spaceship. You have your friend. Go do what you came here to do. And when the time comes to leave, then maybe that's when you recover your spaceship. Who knows?
Yeah, you're on the whole wrong continent to be talking about the Starless Night. You oughta go to Alen'dal. It's far beyond the reach of the, or not Alen'dal. That's the world. You oughta go
Farendale.
to
Farendale.
Farendale. That's kind of where the whole epicenter of the thing happened. And
Wait,
Pretty-
Freyden is a continent.
Freyden.
Farendale. Oh
That's
gosh,
what I-
I've done it
that's
to
what I-
myself
that's what I
again.
thought. That's what I
I get
thought.
those confused
wanna
all
say
the
anything.
time. No.
Yeah, that's where Freyden is where it all happened, and then it's way beyond the reach of the Emperor.
She pulls out her notebook and flips back a couple pages. Wait, so was it not a worldwide event? I had read it was a worldwide event. And she starts amending her notes.
Well, it was visible, surely, worldwide, but the heroes that
And the effects
stopped it.
were felt worldwide too.
Yeah, that's true. But the heroes that stopped it were all from Freyden.
Yeah, she breathes in. So I'm in the wrong place. No wonder I couldn't find any information. And she looks to Yerp and she explains something in a language that none of you understand, and Yerp facepalms. His hand squishes into him and kind of melds with his face.
I would suggest you could leave with us, but I think that we're being watched pretty closely right now. So maybe it's just better if y'all just get out of town now.
She kind of looks towards Embers.
Or sometime tonight. We got a few hours.
Or, tomorrow.
I mean, I can't deny that what you're saying makes sense. I worry that if I wait, something might happen to my ship, and maybe I'll be stuck here. But also, if I'm here too long, let's be real, Sappy's going to send someone to rescue me, so surely help will come, and then I could just leave when that happens with my mission accomplished. So maybe you're right. Maybe I should just get out of here.
Sounds like the sensible thing to do.
Is this ship
I-
of yours?
Sorry to interrupt
Mhm.
you. Out of character, are we talking about her just like leaving the ship behind and like taking a boat to,
That's how I had
Frighten?
understood it.
or are we talking about her flying the ship to Freyden?
Well, that's what I was just going to address.
Okay, yeah,
Actually,
go. Okay,
yeah.
go for it. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. This ship of yours, is it, do you think it's dangerous leaving it in the hands of these people? In the wrong hands? Because we could
It'll-
always try to recover it and then you could just take it to Freyden. That's what I was going to say.
Sorry.
It's all right. We were on the same wavelength.
I guess it depends how smart you think these people who have it are, because, well, I mean, as far as I know, there's no way to get it running without my Starfarer Breath Core, but and that's specifically tied to me. They couldn't replicate it.
Is that the core the only one of its kind, though? Could someone with
She-
another core that was tied to someone else use it to run your spaceship?
Well, there are a few copies, but I left them with Sappy, so this is the only one here. So theoretically, they shouldn't even be able to get it running, but she shrugs.
Well, the other question that I have for you, Esme, is Yerp's, excuse me, Yerp's belongings are still in that laboratory. How dangerous is it leaving that behind, or should we try to recover that before you leave?
Yeah, she turns to Yerp and again says something in a language that the group of you don't understand. And he replies, and when she turns back, she says, well, it sounds like he didn't have too much on him. Just basic supplies for the trip. A automatic translator device, a laser pistol, standard fare.
Oh, what?
A laser
Oh.
pistol.
No,
A
what's that?
laser pistol?
A handheld
sounds-
device, fires beams of painful light.
Oh boy,
That does sound
That's-
dangerous.
that's trouble. Especially in the hands of someone like Albrecht.
You can all in the back of your minds, those of you who were there, hear the maniacal cackling of Dr. Skorstein.
We did kind of make a mess of things back there, though.
We absolutely did, and it would be safest just to leave it behind.
Yeah.
No, there's
When
there's
have
a
we ever
saying
played it safe?
There's a saying amongst my fellow seekers, and I don't know how to translate it, but the meaning is don't let yourself get seen, and if you do get seen, know when to leave. We're supposed to observe it and not interact, and I've broken that rule pretty significantly at this point. And now that I'm thinking about everything that I was trained in, I'm starting to see more and more the wisdom of what the group of you are saying. Sure, some of these things are losses and perhaps shouldn't be in the hands that they're in, but it might be best, at least for my personal safety, if I were to get out of here.
Do you want to break the rules a little bit more before you go?
She flashes Embers a grin and just says, I think I could break the rules just a smidge more.
I think that's our cue. Come on, Tuppy. Come on, Torin.
Gladly.
The group of you, I guess, all exit the room except for maybe Embers and Esme.
And the chicken.
Do you take the chicken with you?
And you're
Nope.
Yep, can stay.
Yeah, your looks kind of confused, looks back and forth, and kind of goes to the closet, which has one of those like kind of slatted doors to it, and just like pushes himself through the slats without opening the door. And stays in the closet with the chicken.
How romantic.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do y'all get up to while this is happening?
I need a drink. We'll go down to the bar, maybe.
Peppy
don't
wants food.
Unless there's something else to do.
You go down to the bar. Tasha is there.
Look for your
not-
nod, maybe.
I still haven't worked out with Jordan where your dad went, so I'm just going to say that you don't
He's
manage
not
to
there
spot
yet.
your dad here. He's not here, and neither is your son. But you do see Tasha serving drinks, or not serving drinks. Tasha is kind of going around to the various tables and interacting with the patrons. But the bar area seems to be kind of in full swing. People have started to come back from the con for the day. A couple of them have like in groups set up at tables and are all reading one of the new books that was released today. And yeah, you can get drinks, you can get food. You can spot malt up in the rafters.
I have a question. So, would it be possible that we tell the legate about the potential dangerous technology and have her like just take care of it? Would that be within her jurisdiction?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would just depend on if that's something you want to talk to her about.
Hmm.
When we get food and drink and settle into a table, Ellen will be sitting there with her wine. She'll say, well, I reckon we can still salvage this. We can claim that by the time we got to the lab, someone had already broken in. We can tell the legate or the seneschal what we know. But we can, aside from what we know about Esme and Europe, obviously, and we can just say we haven't found any trace of them. We think they're long gone. The trail's gone cold. We can just tell them, I don't know, give them the information that we have from our investigation, but take out anything that would lead them to our friends. I don't know.
Torin nods.
What do y'all think?
That's your area of expertise. Smoothing things over to make them shiny like icy glass.
I was never looked forward to living the politician life, I'm set to inherit a title, but we were never really meant to be the diplomats. We were the shepherds, we were the leaders of the faith. This is not my area of expertise, Tuppence. None of this is.
You're pretty good at it. You can shovel it with the best of them.
And that's what frightens me, to be honest. Things were a lot simpler before we left Port Horizon Shroud, that's for sure.
Well, could be the company we keep, but that's what makes life interesting.
And let's be real. Things were pretty complicated in Port Horizon Shroud, too.
Yeah, I reckon that's true.
Torin looks like he thinks about saying something and then stops.
Insight check. Can I read his mind? I'm fated to never roll above a 10. I believe that's a 15, though.
He glanced towards Coco, opened his mouth, and then closed it.
All right. I know it's not as much fun to be careful, Tuppy, but it we really need to be more careful, especially in big cities like this. All right. If we start making a name for ourselves in the wrong way, we're going to be putting targets on our back. And that's not what we're trying to do here.
Well, we already have a reputation.
We have
And
a
Ember's,
reputation for helping the people that need help, not for going against the government and being anarchists. We need the legate to believe that we're on her side, Tuppy.
I think that she would agree with us that we did the right thing. I think she's a noble, honorable person.
Maybe she would, but she still answers to someone whose will we acted directly in opposition to.
Well, she is a politician. She'll know how to cover it.
I'm not so sure. You saw what she did to our room this morning. I don't think that we should trust her, and I think that we need to keep our names as clean as we can until the point that we can't help it anymore. I know it's not the fun way to do things, but maybe once we're out in the countryside and it doesn't matter as much, you can do whatever shenanigans you want, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Fine. Tuppy takes a big gulp of whatever she's drinking and asks for another.
Okay, another is brought to you. Embers, are there any conversations or anything like that you want to have with Esme?
I think just like saying, I think Eris is just gonna say, you know, I'm gonna miss you. I mean, you'll be around in Alen'dal. You'll be around somewhere, so it's not like we'll probably see each other again. But it's been nice.
I agree. It has been nice. I never really gave myself time for things like this. I always did my best to follow those precepts of, not getting involved, to the extent that I guess pushed a few people away. But this has been nice. So I do hope we see each other again. Do you have any idea how I should go to this place? And she pulls out her book, which has a bad sketch of a world map.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know where we are. And she kind of hands it to you.
So one way is
The
by
world
boat.
map. The world map is also, it's kind of distorted as if it were seen from above.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she's trying to put a globe onto a flat piece of paper,
Oh, which never
So,
works.
Yeah.
You could take a boat, which I would never do. But I'm kind of, I just don't like boats.
She's writing all this down.
I think, check me on this. I don't want to say something that's not true to the lore, but are there at this point irregular airship flights?
'Cause
I know
there's still-
we went to an airship dock at one point in the last campaign. That was 25 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they're still pretty much. So the thing is, airships were basically invented by the East Freight and Mercantile Corporation,
Mhm.
and they monopolized it for a little while. But then, other companies started making them as well. But they are still mostly used in trade, less than, passage back and forth between places. But as you say that, she says, "Oh, duh, I have wings."
Right. You're a dragon. I keep forgetting. Yeah, I would just fly.
And she kind of peeks out the window a little bit, and she's like, "Right, I need to fly from here." She looks at her map. That way, right? Yeah. I think I heard this described as east.
Yeah, east is that way and west is the opposite direction.
Okay. Well, I'll fly east, and I guess
But the world is round, so you'll get there either way. It just
that's
might
true.
take
But
you longer.
if I go this way, I'll have to fly over this island chain.
Oh, okay.
I guess that might not be bad, but it's not really relevant I need to remember not to get involved in all these things. So minimal involvement.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, and she kind of settles back down onto the pillow. It has
Can
been
I-
fun.
Can I ask you a weird question?
Sure.
What did you? Sorry, this is gonna be a very weird question. What did you think of me?
That is not so weird of a question as you think. I found you to be honest and kind and quiet and gentle, but strong and determined. Generally attractive.
I like that there's someone who knows me as that.
She just kind of smiles at you and gives you like a kiss on the forehead, and then goes to like looking out the window as the sun is starting to set.
Mhm.
And is there anything anyone wants to squeak in before the end of the episode, or is that a good place to call it?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine unless you want me to talk to Malt, but that can wait till next time.
It's up to you.
You can wait.
Okay. Then with the sun going down on a decision made between the group of you and your new companions, Yerp and Esme will prepare to leave in the morning and allow the group of you to return to a slightly more normal approach to life. And we'll pick up with that next week, Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So thank you to those of you who watched. Thank you guys, as always, for playing. What a wild session. We'll be back. Can't wait. That's it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.